Liam, I can't believe how long it's been since we've talked about traveling. It's my favorite topic, and I know it's yours too. Have you been anywhere excited lately?
Oh, you know me, Rachel. I try to squeeze in a trip whenever I can. Last month, I went hiking in the Swiss Alps. It was absolutely breathtaking. What about you? Any recent adventures?
That sounds incredible. The Swiss Alps have been on my list for ages. As for me, I just came back from a cultural tour in Kyoto, Japan. I visited temples, explored gardens, and ate more sushi than I could handle.
Kyoto must have been so serene. I can only imagine the tranquility of those gardens. But tell me, Rachel, do you prefer city exploration or being in nature when you travel?
That's such a tough question. I think I'm more of a city explorer. I love the buzz of a new city, discovering unique neighborhoods, and immersing myself in the local culture. What about you?
I'm more of an adventure seeker. Being surrounded by nature, whether it's hiking, camping, or just soaking in scenic views, feels so rejuvenating. Cities can be fun, but I always find myself craving fresh air and open spaces.
That's fair. There is something so freeing about being in the great outdoors. Do you ever miss the creature comforts of city life when you're out in the wilderness, though?
Not really. I actually enjoy the simplicity. There's no rush, no noise, and it's just you and nature. But I have to admit, after a week of roughing it, a hot shower and a comfy bed sound heavenly. How about you? Don't you get overwhelmed by city crowds?
Sometimes, but that's part of the charm. I love blending in with the locals and observing the everyday hustle. Plus, there's always something new to discover: street food markets, art galleries, or hidden coffee shops like this one.
I guess we're drawn to different kinds of energy when we travel. Speaking of food markets, I bet you tried some amazing dishes in Kyoto. What was the highlight?
On hands down, the matcha-flavored everything. Matcha ice cream, matcha mochi, matcha lattes. I was in heaven. What about you in the Alps? Was there a dish that stood out?
Fondue. I know it's cliché, but sitting in a chalet, dipping fresh bread into a pot of melted cheese, with the mountains in the background, was pure bliss. So, if you could pick your ultimate travel destination, where would it be?
That's an impossible choice. But if I had to, I'd say Italy. I'm fascinated by its art, history, and of course, the food. Imagine strolling through Florence, or sipping wine in Tuscany. What's yours?
Iceland. Hands down. I want to see the northern lights, soak in hot springs, and explore those surreal volcanic landscapes. It's like stepping onto another planet.
Iceland sounds magical. It's definitely on my list too. Do you usually plan your trips down to the last detail, or do you prefer to go with the flow?
I'm more of a spontaneous traveler. I like having a rough outline, but leaving room for unexpected adventure. Some of the best travel memories come from unplanned detours. What about you?
I'm the opposite. I love planning everything: where to stay, what to eat, which landmarks to visit. I even make color-coded itineraries. It's part of the fun for me.
Color-coded itineraries? You're something else, Rachel. But I can see how that would make things smoother. Have you ever had a plan go completely off track, though?
Oh, definitely. In Paris, I once planned to visit the Eiffel Tower at sunrise, but I overslept and ended up going at noon. It was still beautiful, though. Have you had any travel mishaps?
Plenty. Once, I got lost in a forest in Canada because I took the wrong trail. It was a bit nerve-wracking, but eventually, I found my way back and stumbled upon a stunning hidden waterfall. It was worth it.
That sounds both scary and thrilling. You know, our travel styles are so different, but I think that's what makes conversations like this so interesting. Have you ever thought about us traveling together?
I have, actually. It would be such an adventure. We'd have to find a destination that offers a mix of city life and nature. Any ideas?
How about New Zealand? It has vibrant cities like Auckland and Wellington, but also stunning natural landscapes like Mifford Sound and the Tongariro Alpine Crossing.
That's perfect. We could hike in the mountains during the day and explore the cities of night. And let's not forget the wine tasting tours. They're supposed to be amazing there.
Agreed. Speaking of wine, I've always wanted to do a vineyard tour. Maybe we could add that to our itinerary. Do you prefer traveling solo, or with friends, by the way?
Solo travel has its charm. You can move at your own pace and reflect a lot. But traveling with friends brings so much joy and shared memories. What about you?
Same here. Solo travel feels empowering, but there is nothing like sharing a laugh with a friend over a travel mishap or a great meal. You know, Liam, we should seriously start planning that New Zealand trip.
Absolutely. Let's make it happen. We'll combine your meticulous planning with my spontaneity. It'll be the perfect blend. I can't wait to explore together.
Me neither. Traveling with you will definitely be an adventure. Here's to making new memories and ticking off more places from our bucket lists. Cheers.
Cheers to that, Rachel. Let's make this the start of many great travel stories.